Welcome to Brainfarts, where I give you a little peek at what's going on in this noggin right here. Hope it doesn't hurt too bad. Today, I want to talk a little bit about burnout. No. Specifically, YouTube burnout. Burnout is something that happens when you put an unsustainable amount of energy into something. And it happens to YouTubers all the time. Big ones, little ones, people in between, people that are growing, people that are at the top, all over the place. Earlier this year, Philip DeFranco released a video called Something I Need to Say, to Do, and I'm Sorry. This was published in March. This was when he was going through some major changes. He put out a video and said, I am not going to make any videos this week. Now, he releases videos almost daily, so that was a huge change. And what he talks about in the video is essentially prioritizing what you're doing. What is more important? Is it getting things done for the family? Is it getting things done for your business? Is it moving forward with A, moving forward with B? He decided that making videos for that week was the thing that he was going to cut out. PewDiePie released a video a while ago talking about how he doesn't really play as many video games on YouTube anymore. And part of that was because he had done so much and put so much energy into that. That's what he used to build his YouTube channel. He no longer enjoys playing the games, whether that be playing the games for YouTube or just on his personal time. He has a hard time enjoying it now because he's put so much into it and now it's like a job. And there are a ton of ways to try to help avoid this. If you just go into YouTube and type how to avoid getting burned out, you will get all kinds of videos from all kinds of channels giving you suggestions on how to avoid YouTube burnout. You get videos from Daryl Eves from Video Creators, Roberto Blake, Think Tank did some, there's TED Talks on it, video influencers did something. There is so much information on how to avoid YouTube burnout. It's ridiculous. But most of it boils down to just a few things. I'm doing this on the fly, so I never made a list, so I don't know how many things I'm actually going to talk about. One of the things is making sure what you're doing is enjoyable. Don't produce content for the sake of producing content. Another thing is just making sure you take the time for yourself outside of YouTube. Making sure you take the time to take care of yourself and your family. And that goes beyond just making money to support the family. I personally can relate a lot with what Philip DeFranco was talking about in his video. Because when I committed to do 2 videos a week, I started putting so much into that, it was all I had time to do. And in my opinion, the quality of my videos decreased drastically. There were other things that I should have been getting done, but I wasn't because I was focusing on getting a YouTube video up. Now, I'm going to break up my goals into 2 things right now. Short-term things and long-term things. You could call them goals, you could call them focus, you could call them priorities. Priorities is probably one of the best words for it. Short-term priorities and long-term priorities. YouTube is a long-term thing for me right now. My channel doesn't even have 100 subscribers. It's not large enough to actually bring any income yet. So while I love doing it, I am enjoying it, I'm going to continue doing it, it's not benefiting my entire family yet. Short-term things are things like making sure I have enough money this week to pay the bills, getting the lawn mowed, helping that friend move, spending quality time with your family. Now, all of those short-term things have long-term benefits, but they are short-term because you get a result from them immediately. I make something and sell it to make money to pay bills. That has an immediate thing. I make it, I sell it, I pay the bills. Has a long-term effect. Next month, I'm not going to have bill collectors coming and saying, you didn't pay last month. Getting the lawn mowed. If I do it now when it's supposed to be done, next time I need to do it, I only need to do it once instead of having to mow down 2-foot tall grass. Seriously, my yard looked like a wheat field. Spending quality time with my family. Short-term benefit, my wife doesn't get cranky and bite my head off. Long-term benefit, my wife doesn't get cranky and bite my head off. I really make my wife look bad on this channel. My wife is awesome. She is not always cranky. She is not always mean. Last time I said something about her, she said that to me. All you do is complain about me on that channel. My wife is awesome. It's just funnier when you complain about somebody than when you compliment them. And I have been focused a lot on long-term things here. I've been spending so much time on getting the videos out, I haven't been spending enough time on turning the stuff that I'm actually making into profit that will benefit my family. I was ignoring things like trying to get the lawn mowed because the lawnmower broke, and fixing that would have just taken more time away from getting a video out. So, moving forward, I am going to balance my focus a little bit better. I'm going to cut back from 2 videos a week back to just 1 video a week. That doesn't mean there won't be a extra video here and there. That just means I'm not going to put my time into effort into making sure there's 2 videos every single week. That will allow me to spend more time on making better videos. Because my last video, my upsetting video, I rushed that video. I do not feel like it's my best quality. I am not happy with that video at all. So I'm going to pull back to making just my Monday videos, and then I'm probably going to do more actual mini vlogs where it's just a 1 to 2 minute blurb about what's going on. I'm going to be able to put more time into the actual projects that I'm doing instead of spending so much time editing. I will only have to put a ton of time in editing 1 video a week instead of 2. Because even though I said I wasn't going to put a ton of edits in my Thursday video, I ended up always putting a ton of edits in my Thursday video. I've got some collaborations in the works with some really cool YouTubers. I have another beginner blacksmith challenge coming up, like the one I did with Evil Twin X and Abominable Blacksmith. They're both in it again, and there's going to be more people. If you're a beginner blacksmith and you have a YouTube channel and you want in that one, shoot me an email. I'll have my email in the description. So, there's not going to be a Thursday video this week. And now, I want to know what you guys have to think about this. This stuff applies to more than just YouTube. Burnout applies to anything that you put an unsustainable amount of energy into. So, share your experiences in the comments with things that you may have been burnt yourself out on. Or, do you even believe burnout's a thing? Or is it just people being lazy and wanting to get out of stuff? I know I wouldn't consider myself burnout yet, but I can just feel those same feelings and things that Philip DeFranco was talking about just starting to creep in. They haven't taken over yet, but I'm trying to take a preemptive action to make sure those thoughts and feelings don't take over. Thank you for visiting Warped Legacy. If you like this video, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. And if you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to get notifications. And if you like what we're doing here at Warped Legacy and you want to help support us, head on over to the Patreon page and do something about it there. Well, that's all I've got for today. Until next time, I'm Twan. Go define your legacy.